ومن أحسن قولا ممن دعا إلى الله وعمل صالحا وقال إنني من المسلمين.
The sky was torn apart with a terrifying sound. A meteor shower started falling to the earth like heavy rain. The most perverted people history has ever seen were about to be destroyed with fiery stones. They had become spoiled with wealth and gone so far in sexuality that they started doing things never done before. For their pleasure, they raped men, enslaved them, and then killed them. For years, a prophet was sent to call them to the right path and leave these perversions, Lut. But they did not stop and even threatened him. They set a big trap for him together with his wife. Finally, Allah sent his angels in the form of handsome men. When the people tried to attack and rape them, the punishment became certain. At that moment, fiery stones rained down, and the earth shook and began to swallow them.
Some were caught in the act of sin, and their bodies turned into stone. The punishment fell upon them like a heavy darkness. They sank so deep that the place became the lowest point on earth. Before we uncover the full history, please support our mission to spread these lessons. Subscribe to the channel, like this video, and share it so the truth can reach more people. Your support helps us bring these stories to life. The Quran foretold this 1,400 years ago, and science later confirmed it. What was left of them were stone bodies with shocking expressions on their faces. In the 1800s BCE, in the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah, located between modern-day Palestine and Jordan, lived a people who were very rich and had everything they wanted. But even now, strange and frightening sounds are heard there by visitors. In this region, which is the lowest place on earth, the curse of the people of Lut still continues. The people of Sodom and Gomorrah were wild and immoral. Their population was about 500,000 people. Most of them openly lived homosexual relationships in front of everyone. The feeling of shame and privacy was lost. They even mocked the few who still kept their honor. Perversion became institutionalized and turned into a lifestyle. They organized competitions for sexual acts. They played very frightening games, sometimes ending in death. One of these was a stone game, played on young male guests. The people of Sodom would throw stones at visitors. Whoever's stone hit the guest first would get to rape him. This became their tradition to welcome guests. When the wildest of them wanted to kill someone, they would first order that he be raped to torture him and then kill him. Prophet Lut was sent at such an extraordinary time of evil. In the Quran, Allah describes him as an honorable prophet, who was favored over all the worlds because he was fighting against great immorality. Even if he had to stand against 500,000 people, he started to convey the truth. Day and night he tried for their awakening. But while struggling alone, there was no one to help Lut. Even his wife would soon betray him. Lut said to them, "Will you not fear Allah? I do not ask you for any payment for this. Do you leave the wives your Lord created for you and go to men instead? Truly you are a people who have gone beyond all limits." The people of Sodom rejected his call. Their response was nothing but, "Expel Lot and his followers from your town. They are people who want to remain clean." Living with honor and chastity was considered a crime in their eyes. With arrogance they dared him, "If you are truthful, then bring us the punishment of Allah." This was the beginning of the end. When the angels of punishment set out to destroy Sodom, they first visited Prophet Ibrahim in human form. Ibrahim, honoring the tradition of hospitality, prepared a calf for them, but the angels did not eat. This frightened Ibrahim. At that moment, they revealed their identity. We are angels sent by Allah, sent to punish the people of Lut. Abraham was deeply saddened and said, "But Lut is there." He tried to intercede, but the decision was final. The angels had descended and time was up. Lut had struggled for years, but the oppression had reached an unbearable level. He prayed to Allah, "My Lord, save me and my family from what they do." Allah sent the angels to him in the form of handsome young men. When Lut saw them, he was distressed, knowing the nature of his people. He said, "This is a difficult day." As feared, the people of Lut ran to his house, driven by wicked desires. They surrounded the home, demanding the guests. Lut, desperate to protect his guests, offered a lawful alternative. "O my people, here are my daughters, the women of the nation. Marry them, for they are purer for you. Fear Allah, and do not disgrace me concerning my guests." But the blind and maddened mob replied, "You know we have no claim to your daughters. You know well what we want." The angels then revealed their true nature to Lut. "O Lut, we are messengers of your Lord. They cannot touch you." They instructed him to leave during the night with his family and warned that no one should look back, except his wife, who would face the same fate as the city. The mob broke down the door to attack. One of the angels, Jibreel, struck them blind with a single movement. In their panic, they could not even find the exit. Then the punishment began. First, a terrifying sound deafened their ears. Then the sky split open and a meteor shower rained down. These were not random stones. Each stone was aimed at a specific individual. The earth shook, the city was turned upside down, and the entire nation was swallowed by the earth. Allah declared that he left this as a sign for later people. The geological condition of Lut Lake, the Dead Sea, is striking proof. The surface of the lake is 430 meters below sea level, making it the lowest point on Earth. It is as if the land itself reflects the lowness of the people who live there. The lake has a salt level of 30%, preventing any fish or plants from living there, hence the name Dead Sea. In 1965, excavations identified more than 20,000 graves in the area and remains resembling petrified humans. Some of these stone bodies still bear shocking expressions. The video argues that the world in the last 20 to 30 years resembles the time of Lut more than any other period. Since the 1970s, this issue has turned into a form of sexual fanaticism. In 1973, the American Psychiatric Association declassified it as a disease, a decision the video claims was driven by lobbies rather than science. Just like the people of Lut, modern society uses media, Netflix, movies, and even children's toys to normalize this behavior. They try to make the path of fitra, nature, seem wrong and exclude anyone who criticizes them, just as the people of Sodom tried to expel Lut for being pure. Studies cited in the video suggest that despite freedom, these individuals face higher rates of depression and suicide. Not just because of external pressure, but because acting against one's nature leads to a spiritual crisis. The video concludes that the only true cure is Iman, faith. Just as Lut called his people to taqwa, God consciousness, the solution today is returning to the boundaries set by the Creator. For those struggling with these tests, the advice is to stay away from sinful environments and seek refuge in patience and prayer. By resisting these desires for the sake of Allah, one can achieve high spiritual ranks.